Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I smoke butter. Let's do it.
And watch to the very end of the video because I'm going to show you an alternative method of doing this. Well, as you can see, I'm using a standard pack of salted butter. And the first thing I'm doing after it's come out the fridge, and remember this is very cold, you want it as cold as you can, I'm cutting it. And I'm doing this so that I'm exposing as much of the butter as possible to the smoke. And by cutting it in this way, we're increasing the surface area exponentially. Now I'm just going to pop this back into the fridge on the board so that it can firm up again before it goes into the smoker. And to get it into the smoker, I'm going to be arranging it on this plate in a similar way to stacking dominoes before you topple them. But in this case, I don't want them to topple for obvious reasons. And once this is done, this is ready to go straight into the cold smoker.
Well, smoked butter, eh? Who'd have thought it? Now, I'm smoking mine with Beechwood, which is quite a nice, light, sweet wood, reliable burn. That's the key thing with this particular project. You want to get a wood that burns reliably. And you don't necessarily have to use just beech. If you want to add an extra flavour, you can grind some herbs up and put those herbs with it. In the past, I've used powdered rosemary. So I've got some rosemary from the garden, dried it on a baking tray in the oven on quite a low temperature, and then ground it up into a fine powder, mixed it with the beech, and put it on the little burn tray, and we've infused a beautiful rosemary flavour. Now you can do that with any herb that you choose, and also you can use something like lavender as well. Lavender works really well. That imparts a very delicate and light flavour to the butter. Ideal if you're going to be using it in a sauce to give it an extra dimension.
Well, that is pretty much done. What I'll do is I'll just take a little bit of that. Oh, it's quite soft. Give that a taste. Oh wow. That is absolutely delicious. Do you know what? Before I touch that butter, I'm going to pop that in the fridge so that it firms up.
The butter's been into the fridge and firmed up again, and now I can put it back into the pack so that I can use this as and when we need to. And I'm just going to put it back in these little sections, get it wrapped up, and we'll label this eventually. But I want you to take a look at the plate. You can see when I first took this out the smoker, it didn't look like it had anything on it. But as soon as you can see where the butter was, you can see where the smoke has got to. Well, there we go, and we're going to label this beech smoked butter. Fantastic.
So don't worry if you don't have a fancy countertop smoker. If you have a food board like this and a little glass ramekin and one of these little tea sieves, you can pop that in there with a little bit of beech dust, like so. You can put your butter into here, and remember, cut it into slices so that you increase its surface area. That way you get more bang for your buck, you get more smoke on your butter in a given time. And then you can light this. Wait for the smoke to start coming, and then on goes your lid and walk away. And there you have yourself a little countertop cold smoker. You may have to come and relight this a couple of times just to get it through the whole burn, but don't worry too much about that. If you leave it about half an hour between smokes, you'll find that all the smoke that is in there won't escape because it would have condensed onto all these surfaces. So that's not going to be too much of a problem, and you just have to come back and relight that. So let's do that now. Sometimes it's easier if you light this from the base. then that can go straight on like so. And away we go. There is our smoker. Right, I've got my potato here, and I'm going to put some of my delicious smoked butter in that. And I have a little section of it here. I'm just going to let that melt in, and we'll come back and taste that in just a second. Okay, this has melted in really nicely. Let's try a little bit of the potato with a little bit of that butter on it and just see what we've got. Oh wow, that is amazing. That smoky flavour comes through really strongly. And that was beechwood, which is quite a mild wood, but that's really nice. That's really nice. I'm going to enjoy the rest of that off camera. Wow. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. If you got something from it, do give us a big thumbs up. Helps the video go out to a lot more people. If you like what we do, consider subscribing to the channel. That would be absolutely brilliant. And if you want to see more content, click the bell icon so you get notified of any future videos we post. In the meantime, folks, have a smoky time, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.